We all know that managing your time is hard, but wasting it will make life even harder. As Michael Altshuler said, the bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. So how can you take control and improve your time management skills? Let's go over 5 practical tips you can apply to your life today to manage your time more productively. Tip number 1 is the Parkinsons Law. This is the idea that work expands to fill the time that we allocate to it. In other words, the amount of time we give ourselves to complete a task directly influences how long it takes us to finish it. For example, imagine you have 1 month to write an essay. You start off with good intentions, but as the days and weeks pass, you find yourself caught in the trap of procrastination. Suddenly, you're left with only a few days to complete the entire essay. The result? You rush, stress, and compromise the quality of your work. Sound familiar? One actionable advice to overcome this is to leverage artificial deadlines. When you set specific deadlines for your tasks, you create a sense of urgency and focus. Let's say you need to write a blog post. Instead of leaving it open-ended on your to-do list, set a concrete deadline to complete it by. By doing so, you trigger a sense of commitment and are much more likely to complete it. Tip number 2 is the daily highlight. This concept comes from the book Make Time by Jake Knapp. The idea is simple yet transformative. Here's how it works. At the beginning of each day, identify the one task that, if completed, would make the biggest impact on your day and bring you closer to your goals. This is your daily highlight. Once you've identified your daily highlight, commit to dedicating time and energy to that task. Make it a non-negotiable and strive to complete it by the end of the day. By focusing on your daily highlight, you prevent yourself from drowning in your list of things to do. It's a powerful way to stay on track and ensure that your most important work gets done. Tip number 3, use a to-do list. While making a to-do list might seem like common sense, it's something most people get wrong. You see, our brain is for having ideas, not for holding them. And so a big part of why we let stuff slip through the cracks when it comes to managing our time and productivity is because we don't write them down. A to-do list is your brain's best friend when it comes to staying organized and on top of your tasks. When you jot down your tasks, you're freeing up valuable mental space. You can pair this tip with the daily highlight. Every morning, once you've figured out what your daily highlight is, you can make a list of all the other tasks you want to complete and cross them out throughout the day. Also, physically crossing out tasks on a to-do list is satisfying and gives you a sense of accomplishment. Each crossed out item is as a visible reminder of what you've achieved. Tip number 4 is time blocking. This is something Elon Musk uses all the time. The idea is to schedule blocks of time for activities of the day into your calendar. Let me give you an example. Say you need to write an important email that will take around 30 minutes to complete. Instead of leaving it open-ended, you can set a time block from 2:30 to 3 p.m. to write that email. The reason this is so powerful is because it builds structure to your life. Instead of saying, "I hope I can get this done sometime today," you create a framework for success. It's like having a meeting with yourself to ensure that your tasks get the attention they deserve. You eliminate the uncertainty of when and how you'll tackle your tasks and have a clear roadmap for productivity. Tip number 5, planning your week ahead. Developing a plan of action helps to clarify what you need to do, so you don't need to go over your to-do lists over and over again. In fact, this final tip pieces all of the previous ones together. Let me walk you through an example of how to plan your week ahead using the techniques we've discussed so far. First, you can incorporate your artificial deadlines. Take a look at your most important tasks and set specific deadlines for each one. This creates a sense of urgency and ensures that you're staying on track. Next, identify your daily highlight for each day of the week. Choose one task that will be the focus of your attention and energy for that day. This ensures that your most important work gets done. Now let's not forget the power of the to-do list. As you plan your week, jot down the tasks that need to be accomplished and organize them into the appropriate days. This helps you visualize your workload and stay on top of your responsibilities. And lastly, implement time blocking. Allocate dedicated blocks of time for specific activities within your weekly plan. This ensures that you have focused periods to work on important tasks and that you won't get distracted. Sure, you may need to tweak and adjust your plan throughout the week, but you will be in a much better position to tackle the challenges ahead and achieve your goals. Remember, time is our most precious resource, and it's up to us to make the most of it. As Seneca said, it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and have an amazing week.